So yesterday I had to come in here and refill these bags, add more water. This is the A5. In less than a month, it developed a crack there. You can see the indentation from the patch where I fixed it. I fixed it 2 days ago. Today's the 21st, so I fixed it on the 19th. And I filled it back up with water. Along this crack here, you can see this. I don't know if you can see this little bluish line, but I'm trying to give it a different angle. You can see how the coloration changed, because that's where it was folded. If you don't get rid of all the folds that came with these bags, when you fill it, it'll crack along there because it's flexing kind of like that. Like if you're bending like a fork back and forth or a piece of wire back and forth, it breaks. So the vibration was causing it to flex at the seams right here, and it created a crack there within a month. So I pressure fill this, and I'll do a video on what I created for that. And I don't know if you can hear that little sound, a little tinging sound. If you don't hear that, it's not fill enough. So I had to go ahead and fill this one. If you look at my previous video, you will see that, as a matter of fact, when I make this video, I will add that video to this video, splice it together so you could see the difference. Here there was an indentation right here up at the top here, and so I had to fill this, make it a little harder, so we don't get so there's no room for like fold flexing from impact. It won't be one spot where it'll flex. It'll just the energy will just go all the way around the bag, a full circle. The same thing with this bag. This is a Polyform F11. There was a seam, but like a ripple, like a line right down here where it was folded in shipment. It's gone now, and that's how you really want it. You want to be able to not really feel any areas where it was folded. And like right here, it was here and it came down to about here, and then because of the water pressure down more at the bottom, it vanished. But it could have eventually created a crack along this area right here. So that's been addressed. There's some dimples and stuff in the bag from filling it, giving it extra fill, but you can still get a 1/4 inch pushing. And I had to do the same with this one, of course. And you can see some stress pull on the material itself, which is PVC, from filling it up. But the stress is usually at the bottom. You could probably see it more clearly on this bag right here. This is the F7. You can see some of that where it's stressed, but that's mainly at the bottom where it's pulling. There's more tension down here than it is up here where it's more smooth. And to the top, it's more weight. The weight of the water is down here. I'm a little disappointed in this, but this I had to repair so soon. I didn't expect to have to do anything. Good thing I bought the materials. What I use here is a PVC strip. I wish I had a bigger one so I could make a much bigger one on this, but so I used what I had at the time, and I used the HA66 glue. We will see how that works out. This looks like there's a little bit of pulling here, but everything looks like it's holding up. I bought another one of these A5 bags just in case that seal doesn't hold, and I did that because, again, it was my error in not filling this up all the way. But again, there's no technology for something like that. But I'll go ahead and show you a little the tool that I use for that, how I managed to fix that problem. And here we go. So again, I used a washing machine hose And then I bought from Home Depot a hose adapter, which is this, and that's the part number right there. And then I had this flex fitting, and how I got it, because this is smaller than this nozzle. This nozzle by itself doesn't work to create pressure. You need something a little smaller to go down inside. This works by itself, but I added this piece, and I'll talk more about this later. Adding this works better than just this by itself. I took a heat gun. You could probably use a dryer, a hair dryer, and I heated this end so it becomes more pliable. I use needle nose pliers to open it up a little bit more, and I slid it on there, and then I put an O-ring to hold it in place. And this piece I took from a pen. I screw the bottom of a pen out, and I grinded in here. See this rough part here? I grinded that part that's under here, this part, and I just put a O-clamp on it. And of course this had like a little nozzle on it. I took that off because it back pressured too much. And I just slid this down the hole. It actually goes all the way down to about here. So if you get a thin pen, it'll work great. And it doesn't create back pressure. A whole lot of water doesn't come out. Very little water come out with this. And it's allowed to fill the water bags beyond capacity. So it gets rid of all the crinks, like where it crinks like that in it. See like that. If it's folded like that in some part of it, rather than being more open like that, the closer the crink, with vibration, it vibrates right there, and then it creates cracks, and then it'll break right there, like what happened on the A5 bag. Hopefully this video helps with you guys looking to do the water bag setup. I really like these bags, and the only thing I don't know is the longevity. But if boats and stuff, inflatable boats and stuff are made from this stuff, I don't see a reason why it can't last at least 5 or 6 years. Again, this is my error in how I filled it, and that's why I had to repair it right away, like within a month. There aren't much videos online. There are some videos of people filling theirs, but they just fill it. They just fill it until water just fall out, and then they're done. But contrary to that, it really needs to be filled beyond the fill point, like pressure fill it, so everything fills out, and like you're filling it with air. Now, those of you who don't want to fill it all the way up, you want to fill like up to here or something, because this is about 150 pounds. But if you want to do like 125, and you kind of fill it like how until the water just come out and not beyond that, then you still have to put air in there to get some of this, to make sure all this is curved properly. I didn't overfill this. I filled this one up to a little bit past capacity until this indentation started getting wider, and I stopped. So the next one, if I have to replace this with a new one, then I'll fill it way beyond capacity to make sure this is perfectly curved. It's perfect all the way around. It'll be a little stiffer, but it'll still do the job. If you have any questions, ask it in the comment section down below. Subscribe. You all have a good day.